There's something about turning 80 that feels different than any other birthday. It's not just another number, it's a milestone that comes with its own set of changes, whether we're ready for them or not. And if you're like me, you've probably noticed little things shifting. Maybe your knees don't bounce back like they used to, or names don't come to you as quickly as they once did. It's natural. It's life. But here's the thing. Understanding what's happening can make all the difference in how we navigate these years with grace, humor, and maybe even a little bit of wisdom. So today, let's talk about those changes that tend to show up after 80, whether we like it or not. Some of them might surprise you. Some might feel familiar. But all of them are part of the journey, and knowing what to expect can help us face them with confidence. Now, I'm not here to give you a list of doom and gloom. Far from it. This isn't about what we lose, it's about what we gain when we understand our bodies and minds a little better. So let's walk through these changes together, one by one, and maybe even find a few silver linings along the way. The first thing you might notice, and this one sneaks up on just about everyone, is that your energy isn't what it used to be. Remember those days when you could tackle a full day of gardening, run errands, and still have enough left in the tank for an evening card game? Well, after 80, your energy reserves tend to run a little lower, a little faster. And that's okay. It's not a sign that something's wrong, it's just your body's way of saying, let's pace ourselves. The trick here isn't to fight it but to work with it. Instead of pushing through fatigue like we might have in our younger years, it's about listening to those signals. Maybe that means breaking tasks into smaller chunks, taking a short nap when you need it, or simply giving yourself permission to slow down. And here's the good news. When you honor your energy levels instead of resisting them, you often find that you still get just as much done, just at a rhythm that suits you now. Then there's the way our skin changes. After 80, you might notice it feels thinner, drier, maybe a little more fragile than before. Those laugh lines? They've earned their place. But along with them, you might see more bruising from bumps that wouldn't have left a mark years ago, or dry patches that need a little extra care. This isn't just about vanity, it's about comfort and health. A good moisturizer becomes your best friend, not just for softness but for protecting your skin's natural barrier. And staying hydrated, inside and out, makes a bigger difference than you might think. A glass of water here, a nourishing lotion there. It's the small things that keep you feeling your best. Now, let's talk about something that doesn't always get the attention it should, your sense of balance. After 80, you might feel a little less steady on your feet than you once did. Maybe you've caught yourself holding onto furniture as you walk through the house, or taking stairs a bit more carefully. That's your body's way of adapting, and it's nothing to be embarrassed about. But here's what's important. Staying active in ways that support your balance can make all the difference. Gentle exercises like Tai Chi or even just standing on one foot while holding onto something sturdy, of course, can help keep those stabilizing muscles strong. And making small changes around the house, like adding grab bars in the bathroom or clearing clutter from walkways, can give you that extra confidence as you move through your day. We've covered a few big changes so far, and I want you to know that each one is just a part of the story, not the whole book. There's so much more to explore, and the next things we'll talk about might just surprise you with how manageable they can be when you know what to expect. So let's keep going, because understanding these changes is the first step to embracing them and living well, no matter the number. One of the most surprising things about life after 80 isn't always what changes. It's how much stays the same. The love we have for our families, the joy of a good meal, the satisfaction of a day well spent. Those things don't fade with time. But there are a few more shifts that tend to come along, and just like we talked about earlier, the key isn't to resist them but to adapt. So let's keep moving forward and talk about a couple more of those changes that often show up after 80. Now, here's one that catches a lot of folks off guard. Your appetite might not be what it used to be. Remember those big holiday meals you could polish off without a second thought? Or the way you used to look forward to breakfast as soon as you woke up? Well, after 80, you might notice that hunger doesn't knock as loudly at your door. Food might not taste quite as vibrant, or you might feel full after just a few bites. This isn't just about missing out on your favorite dishes, it's about making sure your body gets what it needs. Because here's the thing, even if you're not as hungry, your body still needs good nutrition, maybe even more than before. So instead of forcing down 3 big meals, try smaller, more frequent ones. Focus on foods packed with flavor and nutrients, a handful of nuts, some yogurt with honey, or a hearty soup full of vegetables and lean protein. And don't forget to make eating enjoyable. Share a meal with a friend, try a new recipe, or even just set the table nicely for yourself. Food is fuel, yes, but it's also one of life's great pleasures. Another change that tends to show up around this time? Your sleep patterns might start doing their own thing. You might find yourself waking up earlier than you'd like, or lying awake in the middle of the night when the house is perfectly quiet. Maybe naps have become a regular part of your day, and you know what? That's okay. Sleep isn't as rigid as it used to be, and that's normal. But here's what's important. Quality matters more than quantity. If you're not clocking 8 straight hours anymore, that doesn't mean you're doomed to exhaustion. Instead, focus on making the sleep you do get as restful as possible. A dark, cool room helps. So does a bedtime routine, maybe a cup of caffeine-free tea, a few pages of a good book, or some gentle stretches. And if you wake up in the night, don't stress. Keep the lights low, avoid checking the clock, and let yourself relax. Sometimes just resting quietly is enough to recharge you. And then there's something we don't always talk about openly, but it's just as real: the emotional shifts that come with this stage of life. After 80, you might find yourself feeling more reflective, thinking about the past, the people you've loved, the roads you've traveled. Some days, that's a beautiful thing. Other days, it might bring a sense of loneliness, especially if you've lost friends or family along the way. But here's what I've learned. Emotions aren't something to push aside or ignore. They're part of the richness of this time. If you're feeling nostalgic, lean into it. Flip through old photo albums, tell stories, write down memories. If loneliness creeps in, reach out. A phone call, a letter, even just a chat with a neighbor can make all the difference. And if you ever feel like your emotions are weighing too heavy, there's no shame in talking to someone. A friend, a family member, or even a counselor. Your feelings matter, now just as much as ever. We've covered a lot so far: energy, skin, balance, appetite, sleep, emotions, and each one is just a piece of the puzzle. But you know what? The picture isn't incomplete. It's just different now, and different doesn't mean worse. In fact, there's a kind of freedom that comes with understanding these changes, because once you do, you can start working with them instead of against them. And there's still more to explore, like how your social world might shift, or the surprising ways your mind continues to grow even now. So let's keep going, because the more we know, the better we can make these years exactly what we want them to be. You know, as we've been talking about these changes that come after 80, there's something important I hope you're starting to see. None of this is about decline. It's about adaptation. It's about discovering new ways to thrive within the natural rhythm of this chapter. And that brings us to the last couple of shifts you might notice, ones that, when understood, can actually open doors to some of the most rewarding years of your life. Let's talk about your social world for a moment. After 80, you might find your circle has become smaller, not by choice, but simply because time moves differently now. Friends you've known for decades may be gone, family might live farther away, and getting out to social events may not be as easy as it once was. That can feel lonely sometimes, I know. But here's the beautiful thing about this stage. The connections you do have become deeper, richer. A short visit with a grandchild, a weekly phone call with an old friend, even a warm conversation with a kind neighbor, these moments carry more weight than they used to. And if you're feeling like your world is shrinking, remember this: it's never too late to expand it again. Maybe that means joining a book club at the local senior center, signing up for a gentle exercise class where you can meet others, or even reconnecting with someone you've lost touch with over the years. Technology can help too: video calls, social media groups for seniors, or even just emailing a faraway relative. The tools are there if you want to use them. But whether your circle is big or small, what matters is that the connections you maintain are meaningful. At 80 and beyond, we get to be choosy about where we pour our energy, and that's a gift in itself. Now, let's talk about something truly remarkable: your mind. Yes, you might forget a name here or there, or walk into a room and wonder what you came for. Believe me, that happens at every age. But here's what often gets overlooked. your brain is still capable of incredible things. Wisdom isn't just a word, it's the lived experience that lets you see solutions younger people might miss, the patience to listen deeply, and the creativity to approach life in ways you might not have considered before. Want proof? Think about all the changes you've adapted to in your lifetime: technological revolutions, cultural shifts, personal triumphs and losses. If that's not mental strength, I don't know what is. So keep challenging that brilliant mind of yours. Try a new hobby: painting, gardening, even learning a few phrases in a new language. Do crossword puzzles if you enjoy them, or simply stay curious about the world around you. Every time you learn something new, you're not just passing time, you're proving that growth doesn't stop at any age. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. Turning 80 isn't an ending, it's a new kind of beginning. Yes, your body and life have changed, but look at what you've gained along the way. You've earned the right to set your own pace, to focus on what truly matters, and to let go of what doesn't. Those laugh lines? They're proof of a life well lived. The slower steps? They let you notice details you might have rushed past before. Even the quiet moments have their own beauty now. So here's my challenge to you. Pick one small thing from our talk today that resonated with you. Maybe it's being gentler with your energy, or reaching out to someone you miss, or simply taking pride in how far you've come, and try embracing it this week. Not as a chore, but as an experiment. See how it feels. And I'd love to hear from you. What's one change you've noticed after 80 that surprised you? Or what's something you've learned to appreciate more with time? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your wisdom might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. If this conversation was helpful, do me a favor and hit that like button. It helps others find this video too. And if you're not subscribed yet, well, we'd love to have you join us for more chats like this. Remember, aging isn't about losing youth, it's about gaining a life no one else has lived. So here's to you, to your journey, and to all the moments, big and small, that make it uniquely yours. Thanks for letting me be part of your day. Now go enjoy it. You know, as we've been walking through these changes together, I've been thinking about something my grandmother used to say: growing older isn't for the faint of heart, but my goodness, what an adventure it is. And she was right. Because here's the beautiful truth. While certain things may change after 80, you still hold so much power in how you experience this chapter. Today, let's talk about some practical, down-to-earth ways to not just manage these changes, but to truly flourish through them. Let's start with movement. Now, I know we touched on balance earlier, but this goes deeper. After 80, your muscles naturally lose some strength. That's just biology. But here's what's incredible. Your body still responds to movement like it's thirsty for it. You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights. Simple, consistent movement. That's the golden ticket. Try this. Every time you get up from your chair, take 3 extra seconds to really straighten up. Feel your spine lengthen. When you walk to the mailbox, notice how your feet connect with the ground. These small moments of awareness add up to better posture, better balance, and more confidence in your movements. And if you're up for it, water exercises or chair yoga can be absolute game changers. The water supports your joints while you build strength, and chair yoga lets you stretch and move safely. The goal isn't to be 25 again, it's to feel strong in the body you have today. Now, let's talk about something we often overlook: your environment. The home you've lived in for years might need some gentle adjustments to keep serving you well. This isn't about getting old, it's about being smart. Think of it like this: when you were raising children, you baby-proofed your home. Now, it's time to wisdom-proof it. Start with lighting. As we age, our eyes need more light to see clearly. Adding a few extra lamps or brighter bulbs can prevent stumbles and make reading easier. Next, look at your seating. Are your favorite chairs and sofas easy to get in and out of? Sometimes just adding a firm cushion can make all the difference. And those throw rugs that have been in your home for decades? As lovely as they are, they might be better up on the wall as decorations rather than underfoot where they could slip. These aren't concessions, they're clever adaptations that let you move through your space with ease and confidence. Here's another important one: your relationship with time. After 80, you might notice that time feels different somehow. Days can feel both long and short at the same time. This is actually a gift, if we choose to see it that way. You're no longer racing against the clock to meet deadlines or keep up with a hectic schedule. Now, you get to decide how to spend your hours in ways that truly nourish you. Try this experiment. For 1 week, keep a simple log of how you spend your time. Not to judge or criticize, just to notice. You might discover that certain activities leave you feeling energized while others drain you more than you realized. With this awareness, you can gently shift your routine to include more of what lifts you up. Maybe that's spending extra time on a hobby you love, or giving yourself permission to rest without guilt when you need it. This is your time, make it count in ways that matter to you. And let's not forget about laughter. Oh, what a powerful medicine it is. After 80, you've earned the right to find humor in the absurdities of aging. Forget where you put your glasses? That's not forgetfulness. That's your brain keeping life interesting by organizing daily treasure hunts. Can't remember a name? Call everyone sweetheart or young man. It works surprisingly well. The point is this: while we need to take some changes seriously, we don't have to take ourselves too seriously. Laughter lightens the load, connects us with others, and reminds us that joy isn't reserved for the young. Watch a funny movie, share jokes with grandchildren, or simply learn to chuckle at life's little mishaps. A good laugh is like internal jogging. It gets everything moving and leaves you feeling lighter afterward. To cultivate a mindset that not only accepts this stage of life, but truly celebrates it. Because here's the secret no one tells you: some of the most fulfilling years are still ahead. But we'll save that beautiful conversation for next time. For now, why not try one small change this week and see how it feels? Your future self will thank you. If I could tell you just one thing about life after 80, it would be this: you are not winding down, you are evolving into something extraordinary. These years? They're what I call the wisdom years. A time when all the experiences you've gathered, all the lessons you've learned, all the love you've given and received, come together to create a version of yourself that's unlike any other. Today, let's talk about how to step into these years with purpose, joy, and the quiet confidence of someone who knows exactly what matters. After 8 decades of living, you've earned something priceless: perspective. You've seen trends come and go, watched societies change, and witnessed history unfold. That means you now have this incredible ability to see what truly lasts and what doesn't. The petty worries that used to bother you, they don't stick like they once did. The small joys, they shine even brighter. Here's an exercise I love. Take a few minutes to think back on your life and ask yourself, what are the moments I remember most vividly? What advice would my younger self have needed to hear? What do I know now that I wish I'd known then? You might be surprised at how much wisdom you've accumulated without even realizing it. And here's the beautiful part: that wisdom isn't just for you. It's a gift you can pass on, whether through stories shared with family, advice given to a friend, or even just the way you move through the world with kindness and patience. One of the greatest freedoms of this stage of life is the ability to let go of what no longer serves you. Expectations, grudges, the need to please everyone. You've earned the right to say, "That's not for me anymore," without apology. But at the same time, you get to hold on fiercely to what does matter: the people who light up your life, the activities that bring you joy, the little rituals that make each day feel like yours. Maybe it's the way you take your morning coffee, the letters you write to old friends, or the way you still like to dress up just because it makes you happy. These things aren't small. They're the threads that weave together a life well lived. Some people think legacy is about grand gestures, big donations, published memoirs, or famous accomplishments. But the truth is, your legacy is being written every day in the way you touch the lives around you. It's in the recipes you've passed down, the jokes your grandchildren repeat, the way you still call your old neighbor to check in. If you've ever wondered, what will I leave behind? Look around. It's already there. But if you want to be intentional about it, here are a few simple ways to shape your legacy. Tell your stories. Record them, write them down, or simply share them over tea. Teach what you know. Whether it's how to make your famous pie crust or how to handle life's disappointments with grace. Love out loud. Say the things you want people to remember. I'm proud of you. You matter to me. Thank you for being in my life. Here's something fascinating. Research shows that happiness often follows a U-curve, It dips in middle age, then rises again later in life. Because after 80, you've mastered something few younger people have: the ability to savor. You know how to enjoy a slow morning. You understand the value of a good conversation. You don't waste time on things that don't matter. That's not getting old, that's getting wise. So if you take nothing else from our time together, take this: your best years aren't behind you. They're happening right now in the way you choose to live each day. As we finish our conversation, I want to thank you for your time, your wisdom, and for being exactly who you are at this moment in your journey. Aging isn't about losing the person you were, it's about adding new layers to who you've always been. So go easy on yourself. Celebrate how far you've come. And remember, every day is another page in a story that's still being written. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing about life after 80 that surprised you in the best way? Share it below. Your words might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. And if this series has meant something to you, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's keep this conversation going. After all, the best parts of life are the ones we share. Here's to you, to your strength, your laughter, and the incredible legacy you're creating every single day. Now go enjoy it. You know, there's a secret about life after 80 that often goes unmentioned. In all the talk about changes and challenges, we sometimes overlook the quiet miracles happening every single day. The way sunlight slants through your kitchen window at 3 p.m. exactly as it did when you were a child. How your favorite song from 60 years ago can still make your foot tap without thinking. The deep satisfaction of a nap well earned. These years have a magic all their own, not despite the changes, but because of them. Today, let's talk about how to spot these extraordinary ordinary moments and weave them into something beautiful. Remember when summer vacations felt endless? When an afternoon could stretch like taffy, filled with nothing but watching clouds or hunting for four-leaf clovers. After 80, time begins to bend in similarly wonderful ways. That doctor's waiting room half hour? Now it's a chance to study the fascinating pattern of the ceiling tiles. Invent backstories for fellow patients. Daydream about that cruise you took in '89. The secret isn't filling time, it's savoring it. Keep a wonder journal by your chair. Not for deep thoughts, just for noticing. May 3rd. The way Mrs. Henderson's laugh sounds exactly like wind chimes. May 4th. Found a penny from 1962 in my coat pocket. What was I buying back then? Somewhere past 80, you might experience a miraculous shift, the sudden, peaceful understanding that you are and have enough. Not enough for your age. Just enough. That drawer of mismatched socks? They keep feet warm. The slightly outdated wallpaper? It holds memories. Your body's quirks and creaks? They're the map of a life fully lived. This isn't settling, it's the ultimate sophistication. Try this. Walk through your home and touch 3 objects that are perfectly fine as they are. Look in the mirror and say one thing about yourself that needs no improvement. At day's end, name 3 enough moments from your hours. While everyone worries about forgetting names, few celebrate memory's kindness, how it holds tight to what matters while gently releasing what doesn't. That argument from 1992? Faded. The sting of old rejections? Softened. But the smell of your mother's perfume? The feel of your child's tiny hand in yours? Those stay. Turn this into a game. Keep a sweet remembering list, things you're glad haven't faded. When frustration strikes over misplaced keys, counter with one cherished memory. Share a buried treasure memory with someone each week. You'll be amazed what it unlocks for them. There's something deliciously subversive about finding delight when the world expects decline. The raised eyebrows when you wear polka dots with plaid just because you can. Order dessert first. Blast Elvis during your morning stretches. These aren't just whims, they're declarations that pleasure belongs to every age. Start a joy rebellion list. Laugh till my tea came out my nose. Told the pharmacy clerk she had beautiful eyebrows. Danced in the supermarket aisle, badly and without shame. If I could leave you with one thought, it would be this. The world needs your version of 80 plus. Not a sanitized, appropriate version, but your real, messy, glorious, laugh-lined, wisdom-soaked self. Because here's the truth they don't tell you: while trees grow rings and wine grows valuable with age, human beings, we grow more ourselves. Not just older, not just wiser, more fundamentally, undeniably us than ever before. So tomorrow, do one small thing that celebrates exactly who you've become. Wear the bright red shoes. Tell that story for the 100th time with gusto. Let the grandkids teach you something new, then turn around and teach them something older than their grandparents. Your life isn't winding down, it's spiraling deeper into what matters. And what a privilege it is to witness. Now, over to you. What's one ordinary miracle you've noticed lately? Share it below and let's create a living testament to the beauty of these years. And if you've enjoyed our time together, pass this along, because the best things in life are meant to be shared. Here's to you, to your courage, your humor, and the countless unseen moments that make your life a masterpiece in progress. Keep creating. There comes a moment after 80 when you realize you're not just living your life anymore. You've become a walking masterclass in what it means to be human. Every laugh line, every slow walk to the mailbox, every time you choose patience over frustration, you're teaching without trying. Today, let's talk about the profound impact you're having just by being exactly who you are in this chapter. Your great-grandchildren may not remember what you say, but they'll never forget how you made them feel when you let them help you bake cookies even when flour ends up everywhere. Listened to their endless stories with your full attention. Showed them that adults can cry during sad movies too. These aren't just sweet moments, they're living lessons in how to treat people, what really matters, that growing old doesn't mean growing cold. Keep a legacy log, not of big events, but tiny teaching moments. June 10th. Let Sarah put my lipstick on me, crooked and all. Her grin was worth it. In a world obsessed with youth, simply existing unapologetically after 80 is revolutionary. When you speak your mind at family gatherings, demand comfortable chairs in restaurants, refuse to be invisible in public spaces, you're paving the way for everyone behind you. Try this week. Share an opinion you used to keep quiet about. Ask for what you need without apologizing. I'd like that seat, please. Wear something that makes you feel like you, whether it's age-appropriate or not. After 8 decades, you've earned the right to be deliciously particular about how you take your tea, which chair is yours. When you're done with nonsense, this isn't just being set in your ways, it's hard-won self-knowledge. Make a non-negotiable list. 3 p.m. is for quiet time. I will not rush through meals. Certain topics are off-limits if they upset me. Here's the paradox. The more you've given in life, the harder receiving can feel. But when you let someone help you with your coat, bring you soup when you're under the weather, listen when you need to talk, you're giving them the gift of giving. Try this reframing. Allowing help isn't weakness, it's continuing the cycle of care that I started long ago. If this were an actual masterclass, here's what the syllabus would say. Course title: How to Be Human Advanced Level. Prerequisites: 80+ years of lived experience. Course description: through imperfect examples and hard-won wisdom, students will learn that love outlasts memory. Laughter fits any size pain. Every ending carries seeds of something new. Your final assignment? Keep showing up exactly as you are. The world needs your particular brand of crooked smiles, unfiltered observations, quiet resilience. Because here's the secret: you're not just living these years. You're composing a love letter to those coming after you, one ordinary, extraordinary day at a time. Now, over to you. What unexpected lesson has life after 80 taught you? Share it below. Your words might be the flashlight someone else needs in their tunnel. And if this resonated, pass it along. Wisdom grows when planted in others' hearts. Here's to you, Professor Emeritus of the School of Real Life. Keep teaching. If I could sit with you on your porch right now, iced tea in hand, here's what I'd say: you've outlived every version of yourself that came before. The nervous teenager, the busy parent, the restless retiree, they all led you here, to this moment where the layers of living have distilled into something pure and potent. This isn't an ending. It's a rare vantage point where regrets have softened into stories, routines have become rituals, love has grown roots deeper than memory can reach. Your body may whisper complaints, but oh, what alchemy happens when you turn nap time into sacred solitude, transform doctors' visits into people-watching adventures, convert old photos into time machines. That's not aging, that's artistry. Keep an alchemy log. Turned a rainy afternoon into a poetry writing session. Changed my cane into a dance partner. The quiet power of I survived. Every morning you wake up is another victory lap over. Every scare you weathered, every loss you endured, every no that became wait, wear your survival like invisible medals. Try this. Each night, name one battle you've won, big or small. When pain comes, whisper you're familiar, and I'm still here. Let your mere presence remind others, resilience is possible. Your life has become the love letter you didn't know you were writing. To grandchildren who'll quote your sayings decades later. To neighbors who'll mimic your kindness. To the world that needed your particular light. No need for grand gestures. Simply linger extra seconds in hugs. Say the tender thing you're thinking. Let your eyes sparkle when you laugh. When actors take their final bow, the applause isn't just for the last act, it's for the whole performance. Your standing ovation is the way birds still pause when you scatter seed. How your old recipes are now family classics. That quiet moment each evening when the light hits you just so. Take a bow, darling. Then, because the show isn't over, step back into the glorious mess of living. And so we reach the end of our conversation, though your story rolls on like a mighty river. If you take nothing else from these words, take this. You were never just aging. You were becoming more you than any earlier version could imagine. Now, because all good visits must wind down, I'll leave you with 3 gifts. A permission slip to live these days exactly as you please. A flashlight for when the path gets dim. A standing invitation to find joy in unexpected places. The mic is yours now. In the comments, share one thing you wish the world understood about life after 80. Your words matter more than you know. And if this journey together has meant something, hit like, subscribe. But most importantly, go live your next beautiful, messy, radiant chapter. We're all richer for witnessing it.